Hey there! In the last step of this course, we created a new Jovo project and took a look at its folder structure and compared it to an Ask SDK project. After testing it with the Jovo Debugger, we also deployed it to the Alexa developer console by using the Jovo CLI. And what you can find here is now our Hello World interaction model. And what we want to do next is we want to create the interaction model that is used for the quiz game, which you can find here on GitHub in the Alexa sample repo here in models. You can find it here. So this is the interaction model. So we could import an existing Alexa skill project. So if we already have an Alexa skill project that uses this interaction model, we could import this Alexa skill project into our platforms folder and then work from there. And we have a large tutorial that shows you how to do this by turning an Alexa interaction model into a Dialogflow agent. So it shows you all the necessary steps to create the interaction model on the Alexa developer console, and then using the Jovo get command to import this developer console project into Jovo. What we're going to do is, because we already we don't want to build this here step by step, the language model for this quiz game, we're going to do something else. And so in the last step, we created the platforms folder, which you can find here with the Jovo build command. So in the last step, we took this language model here, the Jovo language model, and we created the platforms folder and turned it into an Alexa interaction model. And so there is a command called Jovo build reverse that can take this Alexa interaction model and rebuild it into a Jovo language model, and we're going to use this. As I mentioned before, we can use the Jovo get command to import an existing Alexa skill interaction model into the platforms folder. We can also just do copy paste, and we're going to do that now. And so the Alexa interaction model here, this is all we need. So we can select that, copy it, paste it here, save it. And so this is the new language model. Note how it has the invocation in quiz game. It has quite a few slots and so on. And so now that we have saved this, we can take a look at the Jovo build reverse. So you can find the Jovo build command here in our docs, and if you scroll down, you can find a reverse build here. And so as I mentioned, it takes the content from the platforms folder and builds it into the models folder, into a Jovo language model. And if you want to learn more about the Jovo language model in general, you can find our docs here as well. Okay, let's do this. And so we're opening the command line, and we can do this by using Jovo build platform Alexa skills. We need to determine in which part of the platforms folder we need to look, and then reverse. Okay, so this asked me if I want to overwrite the existing language model. Since this is just a template one, I did it, and then it reversed the files. And so let's see how it looks like. So if I go to the models folder now, you can find that it here has the invocation in quiz game. You can find the answer intent here with all the inputs. So in Jovo, we call what people in Alexa call slots. We call this inputs, and what they call slot types, we call these input times, like the US date abbreviation, for example. And then that's it. And also what Jovo defines is platform-specific intents and slots and inputs, for example. So here, the Amazon cancel intent, Amazon help intent, you won't find this in other natural language understanding tools. And so this is why we're only deploying those to the Alexa platform. And so this is why this has the format of the Alexa interaction model now with its intents and samples, whereas Jovo intents have phrases, for example, and inputs instead of slots. But that's it. If I now open the debugger again, if I run the server, open the debugger, and click on request buttons here, you can find that I now have other intents. I can now find the answer intent here, but if I click on it, nothing happens. And this is because it can't be found in our handler yet. And so if I go back to the source file, there's no answer intent that can be found here. And you can also see this by opening the terminal, and you can find that it throws an error here. It says error no route, could not find the route answer intent in your handler function. So in the next step, we're going to take a look at the intent and can handle and handle structure of the Ask SDK v2 project. We're going to turn this into the Jovo handler structure, which consists of intents and nested states.